Welcome to this segment of 3 p.m.
Hey,
It's been a while. I'm DJ.
I'm Sean.
I'm Charlie. Damn it, you beat me.
And our guest today is...
Ethan Powers.
What's up, Ethan?
What's up, bro?
It's kind of crazy. Ethan is the first person to come on as a guest that none of us know.
True.
We do have a mutual friend, and it was actually Reed, which is Charlie's cousin.
Wait, you guys are cousins? I thought you were just friends.
Unofficially,
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
his mom and my mom are really close. I've known Reed since like he was months
Okay.
or days old. So.
All right.
So both of your families,
Yeah.
were super close growing up.
Yep.
But yeah, this is the first person we've had on, so that we don't know.
We're excited.
Yeah.
What happened was we had Reed on and then he kept listening to the episodes. And for some reason, DJ and I half the time end up talking about Maine. We wanted to go there. We wanted to travel there. I don't know. There's a weird attraction.
Weird fetish from
Yeah.
It's not-
And so Reed hit us up and was like, you need to have Ethan on. So you're here.
I made it. I don't know you people, but I'm here.
Dude, tell us about yourself. Tell us about whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, Maine, yourself.
Yeah. So,
Life, what's going on right now?
okay, I'm Ginger.
Accurate.
Right. I was born and raised in Maine. I was born in Waterville, Maine. Grew up in Fairfield, Maine. Lived there my whole life until I was 19. My wife's from Maine. I grew up with her. She was born in the same hospital I was, like a month before me.
Oh,
Yeah, my mom's a Maina. Dad's from like Pittsburgh and like all over, but he settled down with her in Maine. So my mom's a Maina, and my mom's side of the family is all like French Canadian, and they have those like crazy Maine accents and stuff like that. But yeah, they're all like wicked hicks, like totally Mainas.
Bro, we kind of talked about this when we introduced you a couple episodes ago.
Oh yeah,
But you're from Maine.
oh yeah.
DJ's from Hawaii. So like literally the opposite. As far away as you can get in the country, probably.
Oh yeah.
Exclude Alaska. That doesn't really count.
it's still probably further.
But he was talking about you coming on and I was like, is he pretty wicked? And he was like,
He's like, what, is that a thing?
Yeah.
I heard that episode. I heard that. He's like, what is that? Like, what's wicked?
yeah.
Wicked for you, those that don't know, it's an intensifier. It's like very. We don't use very. We just use wicked. Like,
So you actually, like people say it over there.
yeah. No one says very. We say wicked. So if we have lobster, we're like, this is wicked good.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start saying that, dude.
Yeah.
Dope. I like that.
It's wicked dope.
I'm wicked excited for today.
Yeah, me
cherry.
too. Bro. I'm wicked stoked.
We say in Hawaii, we say cherry for good. Like that's pretty cherry. So
Cherry, bro.
look at this marriage of cultures,
Wow.
cross continental.
Dude, it's wicked cherry today. Let's do
Oh,
this.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
When a Maina goes to Hawaii for like vacation, it's wicked cherry, bro. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So what was it like growing up in Maine? Like what?
It was cold.
How many places have you lived?
Like my whole life.
Yeah.
So I lived in that same house in Fairfield, Maine until I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
I went on my mission. I was a missionary in Thailand for 2 years.
And that's how you met Reed.
That's how I met Reed. We were in Chiang Rai, Thailand together, being missionaries.
Nice.
Learning Thai, being white boys. And then I came home to America. I lived in Arizona for like a year. It was wicked hot. Didn't like it there. It was so hot. That was like my first time eating Mexican food, like seeing like
That's
non-white
legit Mexican
people.
food.
Yeah, because Maine is like all white people, like so white. I mean, there's a lot of like Penobscot Native Americans, but then other than that, it's just white people. And the black population in Maine is 0.07%. So we had one black kid at my high school, and he ran track. He was fast. But yeah, there's no black people in Maine. So I moved to Arizona, and there's like all these Mexicans, and I had to learn some Spanish, and there's a lot of other cultures out there I don't know.
Was that a little bit of a shock?
Dude, super shocked. Dude, Arizona and Maine is a whole nother world, whole nother countries. So different.
Yeah.
So different. And then when I got married, I was like, I should probably get an education and get a job. So I moved up here to Utah to go to school because it's cheap here. I could have gone to school back east. I got into like UNH and UMaine, but they're just like hella expensive.
Nice.
So not about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Going back to Maine, I remember so Ethan sent us an email with a recording of some of his stories and talking about his upbringing. And you were talking about how your town in Maine is just like in the sticks.
Yeah, I'm out there.
Yeah. Like describe that area. Like how do you
Alright.
get there? How far is it? Population?
Okay, so in
Where do your
Maine,
parents live right now?
so in Maine, it's like most of the population is on the coast, and then every now and then you got some random towns like out in some cities too, like out in the middle of nowhere. So the further away from the coast, the more out in the sticks you are. So I'm like an hour away from the coast. I think an hour 15. It's like the fastest I've ever gotten to the coast. To the beach is an hour 15 minutes. The biggest city in Portland, in Maine, is Portland. Its population is 66,000. It's like half the size of Provo, Utah.
And is it like how we, like in a previous episode, we just have like this vision of what Maine is, like just the coastal town?
Yeah, you guys like, does the mailman still come?
The milkman?
I just see like
The milkman, yeah, the milk
cable knit sweaters,
flannels, lots of flannels.
beautiful white people.
Just all white people.
Yeah.
Snow like 8 months of the year. There was days where we couldn't go to church on Sunday because like our church building was like under snow.
Whoa.
We'd like open the door to our house and just be like, there's like this wall, of snow.
Oh.
We're not going anywhere today.
That's
Get out the
so
food
wild.
storage.
Kevin's moving to Maine, guys.
Oh yeah, Kevin's in the studio today, everyone. So it's a good episode.
Yeah, live action audience.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay. So we weren't really far off with what
Dude,
our-
not at all. No. And yeah, everyone's hicks out there. They all listen to country music. They drive big trucks so you don't get stuck in the snow.
Smart.
Yeah.
You talked about like the Native Americans there. Do they have like their own? Is there like a reservation up there?
There's quite a few, yeah.
I didn't know that.
You guys ever heard of Pet Cemetery?
Yes.
Yep.
So, like, kind of where he based that book off, there was like north of University of Maine, and there really is like a reservation north of the University of Maine where that's like all swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the book is where he buried like his cat, and it came back like evil, and his son also. And I don't want to ruin the book. For anyone.
Spoiler.
Yeah, people that die get buried there. But yeah, that's actually like a real reservation up there in Orono, Maine.
Whoa.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
So that's kind of a good segue into who you're talking about is Stephen King.
My boy.
And so that's like
My
a
man.
huge reason why we reached out to Ethan, because it's safe to say you're a fan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everyone in Maine's a fan.
Yeah. So is he kind of like a hometown hero there?
Seriously, yeah, that's exactly what he's like.
That's
He doesn't live far from me. He lives in Bangor, Maine, so just north of me, and he lives on like West Broadway Avenue, 40 house number 47. We all know where he lives. It's public because everybody can like go over to his house and like take pictures in front of his house. And it's got like gargoyles and
Oh,
cool
dang.
stuff. Yeah, it's like super creepy too. It's got like a cool gate with like arches on it and stuff.
Nice.
So a lot of like fans will go to his house and just take pictures in front of it and post on Instagram and stuff like that.
That's sick, dude.
I met him like 4 times growing up, like as a child in Maine. He came to like my elementary school to promote reading and writing to us little 3rd graders. I saw him at a book signing at Barnes and Noble. I saw him at the public library promoting like one of his books he published, and he did like a book signing there too. And the last time I saw him was at the gas station.
Whoa.
Yeah, usually in my
nice.
hometown, just filling up, getting some gas at like Circle K. And we were all inside, and everyone's like, "Dude, that's Stephen King!" Like, no way.
That's wild.
We're all just
dude.
like watching him from inside.
yeah, holding your Slim Jim. And sick. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a conversation with him?
Besides, like, hey, big fan, find my book.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan. Yeah, kind of. That's it.
Nice.
But he was a nice dude.
Yeah, he's a nice dude.
Pretty cordial.
Yep.
In person.
Super nice, quiet. He's like 72 now. He's getting old. He was
Yeah.
just in like the. He does like the cameos for all of his movies. So he's in It Chapter 2. He's like the pawn shop owner.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So as soon as
yeah.
I saw him like in the movies, like, dude, that's Stephen King. It's
Yeah.
like some old man at the desk.
Hey, he's getting old.
He is getting old.
Like having all that inside of your head ages you, I think. All that horror and scariness.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys want to hear some fun facts about Maine?
Oh, let's go.
All right. So 99% of blueberries in the USA came from Maine.
Dude, shout out blueberries.
Nice.
Blueberries. Yeah, there's a big hill in Maine called Blueberry Hill. My family used to go there a lot to pick blueberries and bring them home. My mom can cook like anything too.
Ooh,
So she make like
nice.
blueberry pie and then make jam out of blueberries. And then 95% of toothpicks in the USA came from Maine. Big like lumber industry there. My grandpa is a lumberjack. Like he was a lumberjack. He was
Dope.
a Maine logger for like 30 years.
That's dope.
Yeah, just go up like way up north, like way past where I live. Just like 4 hours north. There's no like people living up in northern Maine. It's just like lumber, just forest.
Yeah.
I think I saw that 90% of Maine is forest. And yeah, he's just a logger.
That's wild.
A lot of wood up there. 90% of lobster in USA is from Maine. Yeah.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Okay.
I
You
believe
guys
that
ever
one.
eat that
I could
red
not believe
lobster?
that.
It probably came from Maine.
No way.
And it's cheaper to eat in Maine too. Eat
Ugh.
lobster in Maine. I think
Sick.
October is like lobster season. That's when it's cheapest. Like you can get lobster for like $8 a pound.
Uh,
Out here it's like $25 a pound.
I'm gonna go full bro science real quick.
Bro science.
But did you know that lobster used to be a meal considered? They would feed it to inmates as a punishment.
the poor man's chicken. That's right.
It
I
was
did know that.
really low class. The lobster is a cousin of the cockroach. They're in the same family.
So like,
Arthropods.
how did it
This
go
guy
from
knows.
being poor man's food to hella rich man's food?
PR, I'm sure, marketing.
Yeah, just over time, I guess.
Some salty dude in Maine was like, "I've had enough. Like, lobster's good. I promise."
And then we realized like we're the only
Trick the
state
world.
that has it. That has like that good stuff. I'm like, wait, we can like
Gotta capitalize on that.
yeah, capitalism, bro.
When you go to like another state and eat chowder or lobster, are you like, "Oh man, this is not like home"?
Sometimes depends on the place. I had Red Lobster like recently, and I was pretty happy. I think because I've been in Utah for so long.
You had Red Lobster, or you went to the establishment Red Lobster,
I went to the restaurant Red Lobster, and I ate some Red Lobster.
and did it stack up?
Huh?
Was it all right?
No, yeah, it was good. It was
What?
good. We had mussels with it too. I had some mussels. So good. Yeah, it's been a minute since I had lobster. I go
Interesting.
back like yearly, and it's just like what I live off when I'm there.
Yeah. Are there any restaurants you'd recommend to anybody visiting?
I think it's called Redz Eats. It's
Redz
in
Eats.
I forget where it's at. I think it's near Freeport in Maine. But yeah, Redz Eats. You can Google it. It's like the most famous. Like, it's not even like a restaurant. It's a stand. It's like a lobster
Oh.
stand, like right next to the ocean.
We'll go.
But it's
That's
like,
what's up.
yeah. It's
What do
on,
you
like,
get there?
Food Network. What I get
Okay.
there? Lobster rolls.
Okay.
I get lobster rolls, fried lobster, surprise, and fried shrimp, deep fried shrimp. So good though.
Dope. Cool. What else you got on the list?
Oh yeah, the main accent. It's kind of like. Well, I don't need to talk about the accent. You guys will hear it as I talk, but you kind of drop the R's. You probably noticed that.
Mm.
The Mainers would be like, I don't know. You go to the barber shop. We wear Carhartt. You're wearing Carhartt right now.
I'm
Charlie.
wearing Khakis,
Charlie's wearing Carhartt. Yeah.
my smartphone.
Smartphone. See, he's got it down. He's got it down
Is in
already.
the car.
Yeah, bro. Everyone's always makes fun of me whenever I ask for my khakis.
Yeah.
Like, where are my khakis? And like, you're wearing them, bro.
That's hilarious.
You know, the other day in physics class at school, they found out I was from Maine. They're like, "How do you talk dirty?" And they were just like, "How to take off your khakis." I was like, "What?" I was like, "They nailed it though. I had to give them that. They were right. That's
That's
exactly how it
pretty
sounds."
Because either way, if it's hotter or harder, it's like both is applicable.
Well, when I say those, people get them mixed up anyway. Like, man, it's friggin' hot out today. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's hot. That's what I meant. It's hot. And
That's
like,
funny.
Yeah. School is hard.
does your accent dull? Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Sean does the same thing. We're like,
Where's Sean from?
Well, I'm from everywhere, but I lived down in Kentucky for a little bit. So whenever I talk to them, I just start
he gets
picking out
around
my southern draw again.
when he gets around those Kentuckians, bro.
Kentucky's south of the Dixie borderline, right?
I don't know, dude. I think it might be.
It's considered the South, though, right?
Yeah, it is considered the
okay.
South. They consider themselves the South.
They are the South.
Do you know Danville, Kentucky?
Uh-uh.
My dad went to high school there.
Oh,
He
cool.
lived in Kentucky for a while.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Kentucky. Yeah, I've never been to like the deep South though. Like I'm like scared to go to the South.
For good reason.
Well, I mean, yeah.
No, I had some Georgians move in next door to me up in Fairfield, Maine, and I could not understand them. They was like, I'm going to basketball. Something about basketball. And I kid you not, the kid that was my age, his mom was his sister.
Shut up.
No, I kid you not. Like, his brother was like missing an arm. Like, he was just born without an arm and had like a deformed face. Dude, they scared me of the South now.
Bro, that's an X-Files episode.
The hills
yeah.
have eyes.
Like, I love watching like Bama versus LSU, like college football, but
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, I will never go down. I'm like scared to go down there.
So
I'm scared.
100% his sister was his mom.
Dude, 100%. Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
my god.
Yeah, like, my
weird.
brother confirmed it. Like, he like knew them pretty well.
Oh,
Oh my
my
gosh.
gosh.
Yeah. So weird.
There are some normal people down there. If you ever go, I'll be the tour guide because I'll understand what they're
Thank
saying.
you.
Yeah. Nice. Sweet. That's hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious, but it is what it is. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say about that. So
The weather in Maine is pretty brutal. Like, the winters are so bad. I like the winters here in Utah. I just wish it'd snow more. Like, there's no snow on the ground right now, but
Especially this winter. There's been,
Last
like,
winter
no
was way
snow.
better.
I think it snowed like yesterday, and it's like it's not even on the ground.
It's all melted
Flurries?
already.
It's
Yeah.
melted. Already.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sucks. In Maine, it's probably like 6 feet high right now, and that's why I love going snowshoeing in Maine, because like you'll be like walking among like treetops.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's so dope. Like, you can go anywhere. Like, you can't drive through the forest. You can literally just walk around it. It's so much fun. Snowmobiling's fun too, especially on like fresh powder.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, winter. Usually it starts snowing sometimes October, November. Like, I had football games where just like they had to plow the football field back in high school before the games. But yeah, usually it starts like pounding us in like December.
Oh, damn.
And we'll have like a bunch of snow all the way till May, which
Wow.
sucks. Yeah.
Wow. So you have like
that's hardcore.
4 or
Dude.
5 months of not snow.
Yeah, and it's not just like seriously. And during the winter, it'll be like freezing the whole time. Like, it's just like normal to like be below zero.
Yeah.
And so we always wear like our long johns and like wool socks and our
When-
Carhartts.
When's like the best time to go visit?
Best time to visit Maine?
Yeah.
Are you into like snowmobiling or
I mean,
snowboarding? Or are you like summertime?
I would like to go like
I'm trying to catch
hiking out
fall.
in the woods and stuff.
Oh yeah, you want to go to Acadia?
Yeah.
Yeah. July.
July?
Are you okay with the humidity?
Yeah, I mean, we had humidity in Ohio
Okay.
and New York.
Maybe August, because like June, July are like the rain season.
Okay.
I remember like summer of 2008, it rained for 20 days straight.
Okay.
There's nothing but like playing Uno indoors for like 20 days.
Just ruining friendships for 20 days.
Skip. Draw
Yeah,
8. Draw 8.
Reverse.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Yeah, dude. Just like getting my butt kicked by my brothers for 20 days straight, playing some like PlayStation 1. Yeah, that's those are the
Maine.
memories that come back. That's me.
SSX
In a
tricky.
wrap.
Okay.
IRL.
Once it like does thaw and melt all the snow, we don't call it spring, we call it mud season, because it's literally just like mud and it floods everyone's basements, and then like the whole earth is just like muddy for like months.
It floods basements with mud.
Water too.
Okay.
But yeah, mud. Your basement is just a sinkhole of mud.
Oh, gosh.
No, yeah, everybody's basements flood. It's common. Ask any Mainer.
That's
I swear.
What?
You'd think they'd stop making basements, maybe.
Dude, in California, there's like no basements. So when I moved to
It's same in
basements are, like, a
Arizona.
new
They
thing.
don't do
Yeah.
basements. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Same
It's
as
in
me.
Arizona.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
No basements.
Interesting.
Because it floods.
It doesn't flood.
It's just not a thing there.
Where do you hide
I
your
mean-
dead bodies?
In the ocean.
In the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Until they wash up again.
In the shark.
You feed them to the Numa Numa Pua.
Yep.
Whatever that big fish is called.
Exactly.
So
No,
after
Hawaiians
mud-
eat them. Sorry. Okay.
No, Hawaiians eat them. After the mud season, when it is summertime, it's like really, really green. Because like I said, it's like 90% forest, a whole bunch of botany everywhere, super green.
Sick.
But it's like way humid, so it'll be like we never get into the 90s. Like we get into the 90s sometimes in the summertime, like maybe a few times. We'll get like 91 sometimes. I went this past summer for a buddy's wedding, and it was like 91.
And you were shocked.
It happened to be in the 90s on an outdoor wedding.
Oh,
Surprise.
gosh.
But yeah, if it's not raining, then yeah, it's gonna be like in the 80s, It's usually like really cloudy, a lot of overcast. It'll be like in the 70s,
Mm.
but it'll be 100% humidity, like all throughout the summer. So you're just like drenched in sweat
Well,
the whole time. You're just like a smelly, like redneck.
It's like Thailand, huh?
It's like Thailand, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Same
lovely.
as the Philippines.
yeah.
Sweaty rednecks, dude. They're
Sweaty
just like
rednecks.
my favorite thing.
Put away your flannels. Yeah. And then everybody loves the autumn time there. Like people all over will come here or come there to Maine for autumn just to see the foliage change colors.
Do you guys hate those people?
Nah. Well, depends if you're in the industry, like I have to put up with all these people. Or if, like I remember going like apple picking one time. There was like all these other people from like New York, Michigan there. I'm like, dude, save some apples for like the natives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We grew here.
I grew this, bro.
Yeah. And fall lasts a long time there.
Yeah, it's
Like the leaves are like here in Utah, it lasts 1 week.
Yeah.
Oh
All
yeah.
the leaves are gone; they all fall off.
Yeah, they have like a foliage like scale like grid there, and they'll like post like, hey, this is like the zenith point of our foliage. Like now's the best time. It's like all orange, yellow, and bright green and stuff like that. And they'll tell you that's the best time to go out and go into like Acadia National Park or go to
Dope.
onto the mountains and the hills. It looks like the hills are on fire sometimes. It's so pretty.
That's wild.
That's cool.
Yeah. I want to see it.
We'll do it. Did you grow up telling stories or with urban legends?
No, I don't think it did. I have to ask my mother. I was a good story like writer in like elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another thing. I heard here like out west, like California, Arizona, Utah, they say elementary, but everyone back east says elementary.
Elementary school?
Yeah, elementary school.
Well, dude.
And they're making me feel stupid now because I'm the only one that says it that way. I'm like, and I'm pretty sure it's elementary, people.
Yeah, we just called it homeschool.
Yeah.
Who was homeschooled here? Was your teacher hot?
We lived in Kentucky.
Are you
bro.
the one who moved to next door?
Yeah. Sean's like, don't you remember me when I moved in next door to you?
Yeah, this is getting weird now. Thought he'd recognize me by now.
Were you valedictorian?
No, but I was our pro football player.
Sean was definitely the coolest in his high school. So.
Yeah. Out of my 5 brothers and sisters.
Nice.
That's so funny. So, but growing up, you didn't have like a lot of like story sharing or like. It sounded like you just had like a lot of experiences from what you shared.
Yeah, I mean, coming out here to Utah, I just could tell people like Maine is a different planet compared to this place. I just like compare and contrast a lot of things. I'm like, dude, in Maine we do it this way, or yeah, I think now I tell a lot of stories.
Cool. Well, let's get into them, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, so should I share that story about Stephen King's first death that he witnessed?
Yeah.
So when Stephen King was like 4 years old, he lived in like Portland, Westbrook area, and him and like his little like neighbor friend were out playing on the train tracks, and they're both like 4 years old. They're pretty young, and they're following the tracks until they're on a bridge that went over like a little creek. I almost said crick. In Utah they say crick, but it's creek. It goes over like a river. We'll call it that. And they felt the tracks rumbling, and they saw a train was coming from the other side. So they turned around and just booked it to get off that bridge. And I guess little 4-year-old Stephen King was faster because he got off the bridge and he turned around and he witnessed his 4-year-old friend get plowed by a train. And a lot of people today think that that was like, you know, one of the big influences on why he's like
The way he is.
and why he has demons in his brain and he's able to like write scary movies and write scary books.
Yeah, that's wild.
It definitely, I mean, you don't like come out of that not affected. So.
Oh yeah. I guess like he went home and like was not responding to his parents, was just in shock until like found out like what had happened.
Yikes. Has anyone here seen anyone die?
Yeah. Besides me? Anyone?
I've never watched somebody die. I've seen dead bodies, but that's like
Is it
a
too dark?
viewing at a funeral. But
Is that too dark?
That's
whatever,
a dark
we'll go for it
question,
and
bro.
Nah. Kevin, do you want to talk about it or no?
Yeah, I was just holding my grandma's hand when she died.
Oh, okay.
That's sweet.
That's okay.
but not hit by a train or. Anyway,
We'll get to mine.
okay.
It's on the list. We'll get there. But yeah, so I'm kind of glad that happened to Stephen King because now he writes great books. And that was the influence for the movie Stand By Me.
Silver lining.
So if anyone's ever seen Stand By Me, where there's that scene where they're on the train tracks and the train comes, I think that's where the influence came from.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
But in the Stand By Me version, no one gets
That's
wrecked by the
true.
train.
No one gets plowed by this train
Yeah.
in the movie. No spoiler. That movie came out in like the 80s.
Yeah, you hadn't seen it. That's
Yeah,
your own
that's your
downfall.
Yeah. What's the rule on like spoilers? It's like 23 years, right?
I didn't know there was a number.
I think South Park said it was 23 years.
Oh, then we're good. They're
Okay,
they're
yeah,
gods.
still
So.
good.
Yeah, let's jump right into like a personal story. Well, this one's my dad told me this story. I was a little kid when this happened, but my dad was working at an insane asylum in Maine in the 90s, the late 90s, and he was like a patient care tech, or I think he's like a med tech. So he'd take care of these schizophrenic, insane people. And it's funny, the insane asylum that he worked at now is abandoned, and so it's like this empty hospital with like plants growing all over it, and it's just like creepy and abandoned. The parking lot's got like grass growing in it between the cracks, and it's super creepy looking. I looked it up on Google Images the other day. It looks like I don't know, something you'd see in like a Stephen King movie. Have you guys ever seen that Natalie Portman movie Annihilation? Where,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Ground
Yeah.
Zero's like everything's like
Mhm.
growing plants on it. So it looks like now.
Whoa.
But he's telling me one night he worked the graveyard shift, and he went into a patient's room because he could hear like he was making noise in there. I guess he's going in to like give some med rounds, give him some medicine. And he went in, the lights were all off. And as he opened the door, like it shone light on the guy, and he's like sitting there on the ground, covered in fecal matter. He's like covered in his own crap, and he had a knife. He doesn't know where he got a knife. I don't know if it was a butter knife or a katana, but he had a knife, and he was just like carving into the ground, just like repeating something. Probably I smell like crap or something like that. I don't know what he's saying, but he's just carving into like the tiles, making this like that annoying like screechy noise, like fingernails on chalkboards.
Yep.
And my dad's like, "What the frig is this?" And he said it took like a few nurses, him, and security to get this poop-covered guy in the shower and get a knife away from him. They didn't want to touch him, but they didn't want him to have a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said it was just like super creepy. He said like it gave him nightmares after that.
Oh.
He's gonna open the door and there's gonna be a guy with a knife in the darkness.
We have a buddy who works in the jail here in Utah, and they have a name for guys like that. They call them Picassos. Because usually, like he's in charge of intaking people,
Yeah.
so he gets them
Oh, yeah.
straight from the street
Oh man.
when the drugs are still in their system.
Yeah.
And he says, like, way more often than should ever happen is homeboys just start writing on the walls in their fecal matter.
What?
So they're like, oh, we got another Picasso, and like, so hey.
So that's a thing.
So-
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also said anything you could imagine up a dude's butt, he's had to
Oh my.
help take
Pull
out
it
and
out?
process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Lord.
glamorous life that is.
Yeah. Never will I ever work at a jail.
Did you know? Quick sidetrack. They have a restaurant at the jail,
Bro, I heard.
and
Costa Vida?
the inmates cook for you.
I don't
And
know.
I've heard from multiple people that the food tastes good.
So
Laughing in the distance. So I could go up to the jail right now for a meal, like as a date night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Babe, you want to go out to, the jail?
My girlfriend wants to so bad go for a date, like a double date. She's been planning with someone else.
Do you know what it's called?
Whatever you want? I don't know. Correctional facility. I don't know what it's. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the hours
Let's
are
go
or
up to
the Yelp
McStabby's.
ratings. Yeah.
it's called like the Shiv.
The chum bucket.
That's so funny. Anyway,
I'm going to try that now that you mentioned that.
'Kay.
I'm going to look into that.
you let me know.
All right, I'll let you know, bro. Oh yeah, another story he had from working in the insane asylum was he went into like another patient's room to like give meds, do whatever, He opens the door and it's same thing. It's all black rooms, just dark, and their lights are off. He walks in to like check on the patient, and he's not in there. And then out of nowhere, he just jumps on him. Like I guess he's up on a table from the corner and just like tackled him, and starts like wailing on my dad, and just like start attacking him. My dad like starts yelling, and a bunch of nurses come in.
It's funny because this is probably the most traumatic moments in your dad's life, and you're just laughing.
Yeah, I'm like, my dad got beat up. Yeah, I'm trying to make it creepy. That he told it. I don't know. I think I laughed when he told me the story. Actually, so.
You're savage. But continue. So a nurse.
Yeah, the security nurses had like pull him off, and they're like, "All right, we need to drug up this guy. Like, what is up with him? Schizophrenic or something like that."
Yikes.
That's
Yeah,
so scary.
That's so
I
much
know.
power. If you see a dude like covered in crap with a knife, like what do you do?
Quit. Resign.
That dude's like playing with like cheat codes.
He's okay.
Like you can't touch him. You can't like
You know,
unlimited
he can
life.
have that knife. He can have it. Oh man. Another story I have is about my relatives. I'm gonna change their names in the story, but these are relatives of mine. This one's kind of bad, but we'll call them Dave and Thomas.
Okay.
And they were staying at my house. They were living at my house at the time. We shared a room. I remember like I was only like 11 or 12, maybe 13. I don't know. I was young, and they're both like way older than me, both like 7 years older than me. And I remember Dave came up to the room. He came up to Thomas. He's like, "Dude, are you ready for our adventure tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah, bro." They party. So I was like, "Can I come? Like, I want an adventure. This sounds sick." And they said I couldn't come. And I remember they just like walked out of the house, and from the window, I was kind of like watching them with teardrops coming down my cheeks. I watched them leave. And I guess what happened was they went to a party. They were doing drugs. And Dave started like rubbing pills into his eyes. But I didn't even know you could get high that way. Yeah, so I guess like weed and alcohol wasn't good enough that night.
He's like, no, I need to take an oxy to my eyeball.
Oxy to my
Retina.
eyes.
Yeah.
And he's just like rubbing it until his eyes get like beet red
Ooh.
and
Is
really
that
high.
retina rolling, dude?
Yeah, retina rolling. He's wicked high by now. And I guess Thomas told me was he was playing with like a knife, and he's getting like violent with it, like in the middle of this party. He's just like messing around and playing Operation with people, just like slicing at them. And so Thomas was like trying to grab the knife from him, and they got into like a fight over the knife. And Dave started like swinging at him, almost cutting his throat a few times. And this is right as they were like, the party was ending. They were going to go home. They already called a cab, but they wanted to take the knife away from Dave before they leave the party. And I guess like he just starts like chasing him around the house with the knife.
Bro.
So Thomas is like, "I'm out of here." So he just like runs out the door, runs to the cab, hops in. He's like, "Go, go, 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 go." And the cab's like, "Shit, oh, okay." Like, what? And he just like sees like Dave chasing him with a knife. So the taxi just like peels out and drives away with crazy guy chasing him with a knife down the street. And Thomas comes back home at like 4 a.m. And he's like wakes me up in my bed. He's like, "Bro, Ethan, Dave like rubbed pills in his eyes," and he's like telling it to me like really quick. Like, "He rubbed pills in his eyes. He has a knife and he's chasing me." And he asked me, "Can I sleep in the bed with you? I'm afraid Dave is gonna come up to me in my sleep and stab me." And I'm like, "Well, he knows where we live, bro. Like he's gonna kill both of us in our sleep. Like you let him back home. He's just like on the streets with a knife.
You've killed us all.
You've killed us all." Current mode, survive. And so we're like super scared. We couldn't fall asleep. So we're just like cuddling in the bed together, me and Thomas. And I think eventually we fall asleep, but we were just like so paranoid that Dave is just going to break into the house with a knife and start like stabbing us in our sleep. But no, we wake up the next morning and the sun is shining. It's bright in our room. We look over to the bed next to us, and there's Dave just sleeping. And we're like, does he have the knife with him? And we're like, go see if there's a knife in his hand. And we're like we like wake up and we're like standing over him, like, "I don't see a knife. Is it under the pillow?" We're like, "He's not gonna kill us." Like, "All right, we're good, right? We're good." And yeah, he wakes up. He's like, "What's up, bros?" what's up, guys? And he's like back to normal. He's no longer like a psycho killer. But
Hate that.
Thomas was like, bro, I'm so mad at you like right now. Like, don't even talk to me today. Like, you were literally trying to kill me. He's like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I don't even. I blacked out at butt naked Uno. Like, I don't know. I don't remember anything last night.
So what did we learn, guys?
It's just a prank, bro.
No pills in your eyes, dude. I have a friend back home in California whose brothers were intense.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
I like that.
So
they're
one
intense.
story was the oldest brother made a piece of he was making toast, and so he put bread in the toaster and turned it on, and like went to go grab something and came back. And the middle brother, I'm friends with the youngest one,
Okay.
so every time going to his house was like, you might not make it out alive. It was like, it was scary, bro.
They were that intense.
It was, dude.
Wicked intense.
They had a huge long staircase, and I watched as one of my other friends got kicked in the chest down the stairs by the middle brother.
I've always wanted to do that.
Bro,
The
I was
Spartan
like-
style.
Yeah, this is Sparta.
Anyway, so back to the toast. He makes the toast. He like walks away. The middle brother comes in and starts eating his toast. And
Uh-oh.
it turns into they both grab kitchen knives and start cutting each other like on the arms and stuff. And the mom came in and was just like, both of you are paying for your own medical bills.
Oh
like,
my
this
gosh.
is stupid, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
One time, so the middle brother would get pretty faded and they would lock his ass out because he would get violent.
Yeah, I've seen that happen to a few relatives before.
So my friend's sleeping, and in the middle of the night he hears, keep in mind he's a second story on his house,
Yeah.
and he hears and he opens his eyes, and someone is knocking on his window, his second story window, and he's like terrified, right?
Reminds me of like Aladdin when like he comes up to like Jasmine's like balcony on the carpet.
Totally. And so he opens his blinds, and his drunk ass brother is standing there. And he's like, "Let me in! They locked me out!" And he's like yelling at him, like, "You piece of shit, you idiot!" Like da 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 da. And finally, he's like, "Let me in!" He's like, "Okay, I'll let you in." So he goes downstairs.
Wait, how is he up there though? Magic carpet?
He goes downstairs, opens the door, and he's calling for his brother, looking around, and he said a body just goes and his brother fell from the second story. His brother scaled the side of the house in like a drunken stupor somehow and was on a ledge
I'm
like
telling you,
2
cheat
inches
codes,
thick.
dude.
Well, he just free soloed the house.
Just on his toes? Just like
But he
All
comes
cute like.
he comes falling down like right in front of my friend, and he was just like, "You idiot." Turned around and went back to bed. But it just reminded me of that.
oh man.
Everything's comedy, dude.
Oh man. Oh, next story I have is coyote hunting. You guys go coyote hunting here? Do you want any hunting?
I haven't ever.
I've never been hunting.
But
You
I
get
want
paid
to.
for it up there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bounty on coyotes, dude. They're all over the farms and eating
How much for
livestock.
a head? Or how does it work?
I don't remember, but I know it's like per head though.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's like 55 or what.
Bucks?
Yeah,
Bro, I would be
Make
a
45,
coyote
35?
killer.
maybe 55. I don't know.
Dude, I would be fully dipped in coyote fur, head to toe. I would murder all the coyotes.
So this is like my senior year of high school. My buddy Robert has a farm, and he has a dead calf that passed away during birth, and so that's what he uses for bait. So on his farmland, they own some land. They put it at like a bottom of the hill, and he grabbed me at like 5 a.m. We went over and we just like perched up on top of like a snowy like hill. We both had like Springfields, and he just like laid it out like on the bottom of the hill, and so we had like a perfect like little perch where we were at
Ugh.
to snipe them. And sure enough, they come. It was still dark outside too, and we could just see their eyes. And Robert takes the first shot, gets the first one like right in the head. He's a good aim. He's got a good shot. And so we're picking off these coyotes left and right. They run off into like once we shot a few, they ran away from like the meadow, kind of went into like the tree line. And we can still kind of see their eyes because they're kind of like peeking like who's shooting us. And we're still kind of shooting like these eyeballs that we see in the tree line. And we're just kind of like focusing and aiming, looking to the scopes. And then we just hear like a growl from behind us.
Oh.
And so we both like turn around like real quick. And we see like these two eyes probably like 5 feet away from us. And I almost like yelled, but Robert turned around real quick and shot it. And it was a coyote like right behind us. Like that one smart one of the pack, one behind us. Yeah, it probably smells or something. But I was like, dude, that thing almost ate us alive. Like I can't believe that that almost just happened.
How big? Like a large dog?
Yeah, like a large dog.
Dude, that's terrifying.
Picture like your average Baxter.
Average, huh?
Baxter?
KS.
No,
Or what
dog
is?
name?
Oh, okay.
Is that Spanish? You speaking Spanish to me?
Yeah, my bad.
I don't know. Like a little house husky. Not like a big husky, but like a
That's
little
still terrifying.
domestic
I wouldn't
husky.
want to go up against that.
Wow.
Do you know that coyotes are insanely smart?
Okay, that's how it knew that to do that to us?
They're insanely smart.
Okay.
So like this is a ton of tactics they do is if they want to kill a dog, they have one of them basically befriend it. And so one of them will go and like play with it
That's
until it's
just evil.
comfortable. It will go near it a ton of times. It will until it's like acclimated.
Uh-huh.
And then it will try to get it to follow it. And there's been a lot of like footage, they've documented it or whatever.
Yeah.
But like one coyote gets it to follow it and like 13 coyotes will be waiting down the
Ambush.
hill and they
Yeah.
they ambush and kill.
Just like the Taliban.
Or they know oh damn. Exactly, dog. Yeah. Or there's like some communities where they know
Habibi's all like, let's go hang out.
damn.
10th time I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go with you.
My wife can make excellent gold for you.
Oh, no.
What were
So-
we saying though? Yeah, what were we saying?
Like some coyotes, they live near old folks' homes and stuff like that. And they know that the old folks are old folks.
No, yeah.
So they run up and eat their dogs. Like old folks will be walking. They're
I
like,
thought you were gonna say they eat the old folks.
That's where I thought that was going
Yeah,
to, actually.
they have killed.
Like
there
your,
is
your walker
documented.
is not gonna fight me off. Like, I'm getting this old man
with the tennis balls. Those are soft ass.
There is like a case where they have killed like a 24-year or like she was like in her 20s or teens.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, coyotes killed and ate her.
Where was
But-
that at? Like here in Utah?
I can't remember. I'd have to look it up.
In the USA though.
But they know that the old people won't do shit, so they run up and eat their small dogs, like take them from them.
They just have to watch.
Yeah,
No, when I was
slowly.
Yeah.
Wow.
When
They
I
hit
was,
their life alert.
oh gosh,
My dog's falling and they can't get up.
But yeah, so coyotes are extremely smart. So it makes sense. One of them was like, "I'm gonna go see what's up."
Yeah, I had no
Yeah.
clue.
That's terrifying.
So like all
You're
the,
like shooting him out and he's like, get him.
like we'll wait in the tree line. You go get him. We had a lot of coyote hide that day. Yeah, he got
wild.
paid pretty well too. I think it was like 45 or 55 per head. It was fun too. Besides like almost dying.
oh yeah, that part.
I have a story with some like childhood friends and I had like my neighbors, Fairfield, Maine, Gabe, Jordan, and I. We're all like the same age, and we lived like Gabe lived to the left of me, and then Jordan lived across the street from me. We lived in like a little neighborhood. My hometown is like 7,000 people in it.
Damn.
Yeah, and so it's a cute little community. Yeah, we hung out a lot. We had like sleepovers and stuff. We called ourselves like the trio.
Ooh.
We had a lot of fun. But we were Gabe's backyard had like a tree house that we're sleeping in one summer night. It's probably like 10 feet off the ground. We used a ladder to get up there. And we had like a lantern. We went to the Packy right next to us, which is a back east it's called a package store, is a liquor store.
oh, okay.
I think you guys call it liquor store out here. Or just like a
Just like a bodega.
like a little corner store. We
Yeah,
we didn't go there for liquor. We were 13. So we went there and got like beef jerky, Pringles,
Slim Jims.
Slim Jims, Swedish Fish,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
whatchamacallits,
Yep.
Moxie. That's like a drink in Maine. It's a soda only in Maine.
Huh.
Moxie. I love that stuff. A lot of people think it's gross. It was originally a like cough medicine. But
I
now
wonder
it's
why
a
they think
soda.
it's gross.
So it's basically just like
Carbonated
cough medicine
Pepto-Bismol.
flavored soda.
Oh.
So good.
So good.
I'm gonna try it when I go though.
No.
like
I'd try it.
TBH.
Um, maple syrup like candy. Like those, have you guys ever had that? Like maple syrup like suckers?
Nope.
No, you never had that. That's not a thing.
Maple syrup is candy.
Just got the bottle.
Yeah, we got bottles, popping bottles of maple syrup.
They didn't go for the liquor. They went for the syrup. That's what it was.
Deep throating that Aunt Jemima.
That's all you hear from our treehouse.
Your dad's like, I pray to Allah that there's Aunt Jemima in that treehouse. Boys, you're not even in college yet. Just kidding. Let's move on.
We did just hit puberty. We were 13. But we had like our sleeping bags, pillows, and we like covered like all the cracks in the wall with like blankets and stuff. We stayed up like just like telling stories and talking about girls, telling scary stories. And we stayed up and ate food. We did get jumped at one point. Gabe's dad so I gotta say it nicely in case he hears this. Let's just say he's hairy. No, I want to say he looks like Sasquatch. We were just like telling scary stories. Gabe's dad just like our little door was just like a blanket dangling down. He like sticks his hairy arms and like grabs one of us. He grabbed Gabe and we all were like so scared. We're like, oh my God. Scared us so bad. But after he scared us, we went to bed. Middle of the night, we can just hear like something running around below us. Like almost like a dog. Just like running around like the dead leaves and in the grass, just like rustling around. And we're like, what is that? And so like we shine the lantern and we can't see anything. We're shining like our flashlights. And it kind of like ran away and we can just see like red eyes in the distance. Like what animal has red eyes? And we were in the Boy Scouts too. We don't know any animals that were in the had red eyes too. I didn't have my like Boy Scout ecology book with me that night. But we were like, what is it? Another
Just
coyote?
finished the wild animal merit badge. Red eyes. Nope. Nothing.
So like this thing is creepy. And we don't think it could have been a dog because it kept on standing up.
Oh.
Yeah, like it'd be like low and then get up on like two hind legs. We're like, what is this thing back here? Like chupacabra? We don't know. We're getting freaked out because it was like kept on getting like right below us. Like, can this thing climb ladders? Can it jump? We're getting super freaked out, and so we just decided that next time like backs away from the treehouse, we're just gonna jump out and sprint to the back door of Gabe's house. And so like we threw like food at it and we like hucked it like out in the wilderness into the darkness and it like followed it. And that's when we're like 1, 2, 3. We all jump out, we land, and we just like sprint, and then we can hear like chasing behind us.
Oh gosh.
And Jordan just starts screaming like, ah! We just like run and then like we just like run into the door, open it, run in, and as I close the door behind me, I look back and it's right there behind me, just like chilling. And I just like slammed the door shut on it, like, what the frig was that?
What it looked like?
What it looked like?
Yeah.
It was still dark, bro. I don't know. It was just like, it had red eyes. It looked like, I don't know, like a tall Dobby from Harry Potter. It had like these like German Shepherd ears.
Should have threw it a sock.
Be free. Yeah.
Well, what kind of food did you throw it? Were you
We
carrying like a raw steak?
we threw like a candy bar at it, like
Oh.
a Snickers.
Yeah.
Snickers. We just threw stuff at it. We went and got a flashlight, and then we were shining through the window of that back door, just like looking around back there. We couldn't find it.
Oh.
It was creepy though.
What if it was like a hairless dog?
On 2 legs.
Oh, true. Never mind.
Well, some dogs can learn tricks. I don't know. It was creepy.
Oh.
Hmm.
It's probably the offspring of your neighbor's brother mom.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think of that. Wait.
For sure, that's what it was.
You know what? The Georgians had moved in that same summer. That had to have been.
He's like, I'm a crime against God. Just wanting to be acknowledged.
Yeah. Wanted to get in this treehouse party.
Has to be invited to come in though.
Damn. He operates under the laws of like demons and stuff. Damn. Shout out my inbreds.
I think it was a demon. Yeah. A demon.
One time I saw a video of these Russian guys walk around a town square and they got like 100 people to spit in a cup and they filled it up and the cup was clear and it was frothy and gray. And then one of them drank it.
For how much money?
I just think
Was he paid
for
for that?
views?
For the
For
views,
fun?
bro.
For the views?
And ever since then, I have a hardcore aversion to saliva. Not a fan. Anyway, so let's get back to it.
All right. This next story is pretty intense. And I swear this is a true story. This one happened in a town called Hinckley, Maine, which is right next to Fairfield, Maine. And Hinckley's a small town. It's got a lot of land. It's more like a countryside town. The population of of Hinckley is 57 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until I looked it up because I was trying to tell DJ like, yeah, it's a small town. I think like 400 people. I googled it and it's like 57. I was like, oh, like, they got them numbered like to the exact number.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like snowmobiling trails in Hinckley. And so it's like public trails, so like anyone can go snowmobiling on them. And it goes like weaves through the forest and stuff. Goes into big meadows and hills. It's a lot of fun. There was this one guy though. It was like, how do I tell a story? So I had a buddy named Dorian that had lived in an apartment in Hinckley, and it was kind of like off the main road. Behind his apartment was when like the trail starts, and that's when it just like goes into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy tied like a wire from tree to tree, like a wire about as thick as a number 2 pencil from tree to tree with intentions to like clothesline some snowmobilers. And I guess that day, like a group of snowmobilers, probably like 3 people or 3, snowmobiles were going through the trail, and there was a couple that were leading the way, a dude and his girlfriend, and they go pretty fast. They go like 65, 70 miles per hour. They go through the trail. They don't see the wire because they're going so fast. They get clotheslined, and they get decapitated, both of them. This is a true story. Like, this really happened. They hit the wire, both their heads come off, and they said that their bodies and the snowmobile just keep on going down the trail. And so the snowmobilers behind them just like stop and just like look at their heads, still in the helmets, just like chilling on the snow.
Holy cow, dude.
Dude, when you told that one in like the email you sent, I was like, I screamed in the car. I was just driving by myself. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
Dude, that's traumatic for those 2 behind them.
Dorian told me from his like bedroom window he could hear screaming. Yeah.
Bro.
and you said they never caught the person who put it up there.
Yeah, the police came. The family and everybody like showed them like what happened. They followed the trail until they saw like the snowmobile hit like a tree, and there was their bodies just bleeding out right there. They were looking for like snow prints and stuff, fingerprints on the tree bark or whatever. Yeah, they couldn't find the guy. They have no clue who did that.
Or girl.
He or she.
One of those
The
57
homicidal-
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's a town of 57.
Interviewing people.
You should have that solved by the next day.
Yeah.
You just yell outside, I know one of you did it.
I bet it's effing creepy Greg over there.
Who bought wire at the
Yeah.
Yeah, who the F
Dollar
bought
General?
wire? Yeah.
They probably all live in that apartment building right there.
Low key though, I've heard of cases like that.
Yeah.
And it is like, you know when you hear things and it makes you sick to your stomach? That's
Yeah.
like that's one of the scenarios. I'm like, what sick frick, dude?
Dude,
Yeah.
like 4 years ago here in Utah, there was a couple hiking up one of these trails on the east side mountains, and they come across one. I guess one of them felt like they shouldn't go any further, and by standing there, noticed that there was a booby trap on the trail. Someone had set like a tripwire that would trigger something from the trees to come and like stab them.
Probably
It
like
had,
a spiked
long
log.
spikes, yeah.
Almost like Star Wars Episode 6, where like the Ewoks have like
Dude,
logs
Endor?
swing
Exactly
down.
like
Yeah,
that.
Endor.
That's what I was thinking when you talked about like flying through the forest.
Yeah, I was thinking like
Nerd,
booby trap
dude.
like Goonies or like Star Wars.
Like Star Wars.
Okay,
yeah.
that's sick.
But yeah, they saw
mean, that's
that and,
bad.
like reported to the authorities, but they never caught who it was that put it up there
What
though.
the frig?
Yeah.
I think the reason I hate it is because we go hiking so much.
Oh,
It's
do
true.
you guys?
All the time. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Like yeah, all the time. So it's just gross to me. I don't know.
Are you like paranoid now? Like you're gonna look for like tripwires?
There's times where I'll be like, 100% where I'm like on a trail or something, and that thought will come across my head and just ruin my time of being out there because now I'm like worried. Yeah.
Oh, one of you guys told me, or I heard on one of the episodes, what's it called when like you're looking over an edge and you hear like a voice tells you to jump?
Of the void.
Call of the void.
Yeah.
Jump.
That's Sean's entire life.
It is my entire life. I always hear the call of the void. Just get close to the edge. Just do it.
Yeah, when you're like, I wonder what it would be like if I just drove into the median on the highway.
Oh, I get that all the time.
I was gonna say it's a thing.
Like, what if I just like drilled this wall? Like, you're in Utah, the highways have like big walls to like stop you. In Maine, you just go off the road and hit trees, like into the forest. But here, like, there's a big cement wall. Like, what if I just drilled this going 80?
That'd be wild. You'd be flat.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be wicked cool.
So they never found the guy.
No, dude.
I think
That's
that's.
sketch, dude.
I don't think it was a native Hinckley person though.
I was gonna say, do you think it was an outsider?
Yeah,
Because that doesn't
because
make
like
sense.
everybody knows where to go snowmobiling. Like, you just find the trails. It could have been a guy from anywhere
Yeah.
coming to do some homicide.
Could have been Thomas or David. No, I'm just kidding.
Those crazy, intense guys.
After rubbing some pills in the eyes.
So crazy. This next story is not as intense. I call the story Cujo the cat. You guys know about Cujo, right?
Cujo the dog?
Yeah, Cujo the dog, the Stephen King story, where there's like a rabid dog that just like goes insane and starts eating the people in town. For our friend over here that doesn't know that story, that's Cujo. In this story, like on my street in Fairfield, Maine, there was like a feral cat, and you can tell it's a feral cat because the skin, like the fur is all messed up and patchy, and it looks weird. Like there's like the saber-toothed tiger on our street, and my brother and his buddy like approached it, and they were like trying to like, I don't know what he was trying to do with this crazy cat, but it just like attacked him, latched onto his elbow, and he did that thing where like, he's spinning and the cat's just like flying by like its jaws, just spinning around, and his elbow starts like bleeding like wicked bad. He finally like hucks it and gets it off him. And his elbow's bleeding so bad, he runs inside the house, and it chases him and my buddy into the house. Crazy cat.
Yeah.
I think like a week later, so he had to get like a rabies shot too and get that cleaned up. It was deep though, like deep into the elbow. I think he had to get stitches too because it was like a deep laceration. Like a week later, I was going down to my basement to grab like the food storage. I think peanut butter or something like that was down there.
And mud.
Peanut butter and mud.
Yeah.
Make a nice peanut butter mud sandwich. Open the door, and I start going down the stairs into the darkness. This had to happen to me too. I hate this. And friggin' Cujo the cat just jumps out and just like attacks me. Starts clawing at me. I'm like, don't freak! Screw the peanut butter! I just run up the stairs and just slam the door. And I told my parents, like, Cujo, that cat is down in our basement. How to get down there? Like, we do have like another basement door that leads outside to our backyard. I must have gotten in there
So
somehow.
Cujo can open doors.
It got through a hole or something. I don't know. It was in our basement, just like waiting for me to come closer into the darkness.
It's trying to finish off your brother, dude.
I think that's what I was going for. Yeah. I hate that happened to me.
Maybe it belonged to the
so
Georgia family.
Just blame everything on them.
Get him, Cujo.
We
Like
talked.
a walkie-talkie. I don't know why I did that.
Cujo's like, Roger that.
Over and out.
We talked about this in a previous episode when I asked you, have you guys ever like had to fight a cat? Do you remember that when I asked you?
Fist fight a cat.
Like, have you ever had a cat like attack you? It's truly terrifying. You think it's like cool because it's small and you're like, oh, I can handle that. But when a cat is legit trying to attack you, it is terrifying. It's like the scariest thing ever. you become instantly so small and the cat just like owns you.
And it's so fast. Like, they are so fast.
I know you like can't do anything. They just
Yeah.
like they wreck you. So imagine like a mountain lion. I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Oh, yeah. You guys have mountain lions here, don't you?
Yeah, you do too.
Oh, yeah. I'm in Utah.
None of us are from here.
Oh, that's right. None of y'all. Yeah, we're not from here.
But
I used to go
do.
exploring all the time at night, like on the Alpine Loop.
Oh,
I just drive up there all the time.
I don't know
Sean
where
and
that
I
is, but
Oh, it's like up in the mountains,
Okay.
where the mountain lions live.
Yeah, back behind Tim.
okay.
Sean and I spent like a summer looking for an abandoned graveyard up there. And then someone who's from here was like, bro, you should be careful. And I was like, why? I'm not afraid of like people. And then he's like, no, like mountain lions kill bikers all the time. And I was like, what? Yeah. So yeah, there's mountain lions up there. We got to be careful. Cujo, big cujos.
Yeah.
Grande
big
cujos.
And these aren't these Georgian cujos. These are mountain Utah cujos. Dude, you doing like that microphone, like that walkie-talkie to like the cat? I remember of a story. I listened to a Ridiculous History podcast. There was like during the Cold War, the CIA put like a little tracking device in a cat, a microphone in its ear, and like a little like remote control like thing in its ribs. And they did like surgery on the cat, so they could like control the cat and like steer it with a remote control. They brought it to Russia during the Cold War in the like 70s, and they could literally like steer the cat. They're gonna have the cat like walk towards like a Russian combine, and like just so they could listen to like what they're saying and stuff like that. And like that was like a real thing. They really did that. They really like walkie-talkied their cats, like you were saying. What happened to that cat though? The van pulled up to the side of like the combine, dropped it off in the street, then like peeled away, and they started like steer the cat towards the combine, and it got drilled by a taxi.
Oh, God.
They spent years and like
it cost millions.
so much money, and they had to like consistently convince their superiors that this was a good idea. Because at one point they're like, we're shutting your ass down. And they're like, no, this will work. So it's like, it's go time, it's game time, let's do this. They set the cat out and they pull away and they're like, let's bring down the USSR. And then seriously, as they let the cat go, a van just goes and just flattens the cat. And they only had that one cat. They had no backups.
Wow.
They immediately
did something similar with have you seen the beluga whale? The Russians trained like this beluga whale for like spying, and it escaped. And it lives in this lake in like Sweden, and there's like a name for it, and there's like videos of this beluga whale, like someone like dropped their iPhone and it went down and grabbed it and like brought it back up to the person.
Here you go, comrade.
Yeah. He's like, this is our phone.
Our phone.
There's another one where like these rugby players are throwing the ball out to it and it's like playing fetch and bringing it back.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
It's that whale. It's
a spy whale.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
A runaway.
In that
He's
same
like, I'm not
episode,
about this life.
There was a real story in that same episode where the CIA or FBI had like a dolphin that had like a dart gun on its head, and it could like jab, it could like poke, like headbutt like spies that are like deep sea diving, and like they trained it to like to be able to like poke the guy, and the dart gun will shoot off its head.
That's so absurd.
Yeah, but Katrina hit. And it flooded like the dolphin area, and it escaped into the Gulf of Mexico. And so after the Katrina, the FBI were like, so we got like this killer dolphin on the loose.
It's on the loose.
He's just going around popping life rafts now, just sinking people.
That kind of reminded me of I was having dinner with a bunch of friends from back home from Hawaii last night, and my cousin married this kid who's from New Mexico. He was talking about how he grew up in like next to the reservations, nothing around. You had to drive like an hour to go get gas and groceries. But when they were teenagers, they stole 3 sheep from a farm and they painted 1, 2, and 4 on it and let it loose. Let it loose at like at a school.
Like
and
in the school.
Yeah, in the school. And his dad was the principal. And the dad doesn't know that it was him and his friends who let this loose. And they announce, everybody, we're looking for sheep number 3 painted
That's
on
ingenious.
its side. So the whole day, the school was just like on the lookout for a sheep number 3 when there was none. They're like, we have 1, 2, and 4. We just got to find the 3rd one.
That's funny.
Genius. Was that like a senior prank or something?
I guess. It was just him and his 2 other friends. They were just doing it for fun.
One time, Mitch is what I decided to call him, right?
Yeah.
My friend from, okay. Yeah. So homeboy Mitch calls me. He's like, bro, come pick me up. Let's do something fun. I was like, okay. Keep in mind that could entail anything. And so I pick him up and he's like, okay, drive over here. I'm like, all right. And he's like, okay, take a right there and park in that little alley. I was like, okay. And I park and he gets out of the car and runs away. I'm like, gosh damn it. What's happening? And he like jumps a fence And then he comes back and he's like this, and he gets in the car. He's like, go, 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 go. I'm like, so I like peel out and I start driving. I'm like, dude, what'd you do? And he opens his jacket and he has 2 live chickens. And he's like, dude, what can we do with these chickens? Anyways, it ended up, he threw one. We went downtown and he threw one in a bar and everyone freaked out. And then he let another one loose in a Winco. And the Winco got shut down and they were all trying to catch a chicken. But anyway, that kind of reminded me of your.
I thought he was gonna come back with like drugs, like or something. Like he like you brought him to a drug deal. And he's like, go, 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 go! I robbed them.
I do have drug dealer stories, but
don't we all?
Another
that
time.
could be another episode.
Yeah,
drug dealing. This next story is pretty bad. So I went, snowmobiling, pretty intense. Cujo the cat, not as intense. This one, we talked about if you've like ever seen a person die before.
Oh no,
this is my story.
Oh.
So
I remember. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was in high school. I snuck out of the house to go see some friends. Well, to go see a girl. I'll be honest. And this girl lives like in Sydney, Maine, which is like 20 minutes south of me. And it's also like another cow town, just like nothing but like fields, cattle, farm, and some people.
More cattle than people.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's like way out in the wilderness, nothing but like forest and just land. Go over her house, stay the night there. I think I was driving back at like 3 or 4 a.m. because I had school in the morning. And I'm driving back, and it's snowy and it's dark out. I'm driving, and I'm on the Lions Road, which is like really windy, hilly, up and down. A lot of like parts where you gotta like stop to like turn, or you gotta slow down.
Just hairpin turns.
Yeah, a lot of that. I think I drilled a turkey that night. Like a wild turkey was like crossing like a bridge, and I drilled it, and I was like covered in feathers. One memory that comes up. And then I was driving on this road, and it's like middle of nowhere, Utah, where you just go 80, even though that's not the speed limit. Mm-hmm. There's like a straightaway through like these meadows. I'm going like 60 something, and I hit like a patch of snow in the road. And I swerve and I overcorrect like right, and I swerve left, and I just do like a donut. And there's a guy behind me, and he has to like stop because he almost like rear-ended me. He almost hit me. I guess I wasn't the only one out late that night. And like I just stop in the middle of the road. He stops and he pulls up. He's like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I almost crapped my pants, but I'm okay." And he's like, "Yeah, be careful of the snow." And then he just like rolled up his window and got in front of me. So now he's in front. And same thing. We both got to get home. Going like 65 miles an hour, going fast on like the straightaways. And then we have to slow down for the turns and stuff. And there's this one part where there's like a farm. It's like a cattle farm. And the farm where all the cattle are on like one side of the road, but the farmer owns land on the other side of the road. And so they have to cross the road. And he has like hundreds of cows. And I guess that's like the side where like they just like chill. They frolic in the meadow on the other side. And so the farmer's probably thinking like, what better time to have them cross the street than at 3 a.m. There's no one out here. And so he has like he has hundreds of cows, just like crossing the street. And the guy in front of me is going like 70, I think. And I just see him just like a cannonball just explode into these cows. Like he did not see them in time. I don't think the headlights picked them up. He just drills these cows, and I see like limbs of cows just like go flying into the air. And he's just like demolished by all these cows. There's like 3 dead cows on his car. He destroyed a couple cars, just like blew them into smithereens, just cow pieces all over the road. And the farmer is just like on the side of the road, just like watched it. And I watched it too. I just slammed on my brakes, and I was like, holy frig. Like he just hit like a crowd of cows. And we get out, and there's just blood everywhere, dead cows everywhere, like just bits and pieces of cow everywhere. And we couldn't even see the guy because he's just covered in cow. But yeah, the guy died. It was so nuts. Police came, detectives came, and we had to give like our witness statement, tell them what we saw. And yeah, I was like at 17.
Holy cow.
literally.
You bastard.
Holy cow.
I was waiting the whole time.
Was that
bro.
surreal for you? Because he came out to help you.
Yeah, he's like,
And
you
you
okay?
saw his face, you talked to him, heard his voice.
Yeah, and now he's dead. Like he died like 10 minutes after that.
Oh,
Bro, that's hard. That's heavy.
I miss him so much. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're right though. It is. It is pretty heavy. It's intense. I don't even know his name. It was a while ago. So I don't remember like seeing his name. I saw him like his obituary like in the news and everything, like the newspaper. But yeah, it is nuts.
Bro,
Now
if he didn't go ahead of you too, like
that would have been me.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was going like the same speed.
Damn.
I was like a
yeah.
junior in high school.
Frick, dude.
Yeah,
It's crazy how like things like that in life, just tiny things
that
like
could have
that.
been me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still got home safe though?
I got home safe.
But your parents didn't
And they
know?
still don't know unless they listen to this podcast. So now at that same like crossing, there's like traffic lights.
to let
So,
people know.
Yeah, when that guy has his cattle crossing, there'll be like blinking lights and it'll say like cattle crossing.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn.
I wonder if he got in trouble for that. Is that manslaughter? Putting your cattle in the road?
I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
a tough one for sure.
Jeez Louise. Damn. I had a friend in 4th grade who had someone jump off a bridge and land on their car
What?
committing suicide, and it
Mm.
messed him up. Like he never ever talked about it. But yeah, I think about that sometimes.
That recently
Nice.
happened in Orem
Yeah,
Dude, yeah.
someone jumped off the bridge
last year, like
between
maybe
UVU.
summer. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know who that was.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you
Yikes.
knew them, or
Yeah, he was my coworker's like brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's so traumatizing, dude.
yeah.
And this has been heavy on 3 a.m. 3 p.m.
I told you it was getting heavy.
That's
Yeah.
all good. You warned us.
I warned y'all.
Dude, not all stories are light, man.
Yeah. I work at the hospital now, so now I see people die like all the time. Yeah.
Well,
All my friends are dead. Dude, I think I'm soft, bro. I can't.
Really?
I think I would harbor. I wouldn't be able to like leave it behind at work. I'm like a sponge.
Yeah. I've seen OR rooms and ER trauma rooms like fill up with blood
Oof.
from like people that got shot in the head or just bleed out or hemorrhage.
Mhm.
Dude, even the labor and delivery, I've seen girls like hemorrhage after they delivered a baby. I saw one girl bleed, what was it, 4 liters of blood.
Woo!
And the human body has 5. But when you're pregnant, you're bigger, but 4 liters of blood. And she lived.
Oh my god.
She had to get a blood transfusion, but yeah,
which
that's so much blood.
which hospital do you work at? Okay.
But oh yeah, one thing I think like one reason why I'm like so like fascinated with blood and I don't like it doesn't bother me at all. One of my first jobs, I like helped my cousin work at a slaughterhouse, and we just like we'd
yeah.
gut chickens, we'd like hold them upside down and like, slit their throat, and they would just bleed out like that. Same thing with huge hogs. Just like they'd be dangling upside down, and we just cut their throat and just like watch the blood drain.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, blood's cool. I like blood.
Have you ever had a head injury?
Yeah, I've had 5 concussions.
Oh my god. Bro, if someone turns
let's,
up dead around here,
push the knife away.
you
a
might be
little
my
bit
first
further.
suspect, dog. We asked a question a while ago, like what profession would you like if there was a line of professions and one of them you were told is a killer, which one would you choose? And like a slaughterhouse employee is pretty high on that list.
Yeah.
winner,
Oh no,
though.
that's me.
My
It
top
was only
was
for like a summer.
oh, then you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
He only kills in the summer, is what he's saying.
Yeah. Well, he killed and then got out of the business, so no one would come after him. You know?
It's like I only kill in the muddy season.
Yeah.
No, one
Early at
time
work.
I was like 16 and I was working. I was actually like 17 or 18, and I was working in a Italian restaurant. So I would make their pizzas and deliver them. And I got a delivery to the
So
hospital.
Domino's.
It was called. It was
Can you roll your R?
Italian. So maybe I'm gonna bleep out the name of that restaurant because a lot of things happened in this restaurant that were sketch. First of all, the main chef was like always high on meth and would hide his knife up in the pipes, like of the ceiling. He was like, I don't want anyone to use his knife. So
That's a great
one time
idea.
I caught him and he was like climbing up into the ceiling and hiding his knife up in the pipes. I'm like, bro, you are wild. Anyway, we get an order. It's to the hospital. So I'm taking the food to the hospital and I walk in. I'm like, delivery for food. and they're like, who is it for? I tell them who, and they're like, okay, go through that door. So I go through the door. And they're like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm delivering food. They're like, okay, go through that door. 2 doors later, I like back in and I turn around and they're all sitting there scrubbed up and there's like an open body on the table. And I was like, I have your pizza? And they're like, just set it down right there. And I like set it down, look at the body for a second and turn around and walk out.
What?
And I was like, what the hell just happened to me?
The receptionists weren't like, leave it here with us. They like set you up.
Bro, I like walked through like 6 doors to get there.
Ashton Kutcher comes out. He's like, you've been punked.
Sits up on the table. No, I got hella punked by those.
Oh yeah.
Because I smelt a open cavity. Anyway. Gnarly, dude.
All right. Oh, this is like a famous scary story that most Mainers know. It's not like something I experienced. This is like
It's an urban legend.
urban legend.
Dope.
Not urban though, because it's Maine, so countryside legend. It's called the Sabattus Well. Maybe Sabattus? I don't know. Sabattus Well. It's southern Maine, and I don't live in southern Maine. So I guess there's this well built in like the 1700s in a forgotten cemetery. I don't know why you'd build a well in a cemetery. I feel like that water would be really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be no for me, dog.
I'm not drinking from that.
No.
And I guess, I don't know how long ago, maybe 80 years ago, there was like these like preteens, like teenagers. They're like 13 or something. And I don't know, this one kid lost a bet and they dared him to go down the well and they were going to like reel him down the rope. He has to touch the water and they pull him back up. So this 13-year-old kid has to go down the well. And so they're reeling down this 13-year-old kid, and he said that they would talk to him the whole way down. And he'll tell him when he hits water. So he's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. They keep reeling him down, and then he's in complete darkness. They can't see him. And he says, keep going. They can hear his voice, and then he just stops. And so they're like, bro, keep going. Like, have you touched the water? And he doesn't respond. So they reel him down like a little bit, and like, bro, and he doesn't respond. And so like, did he fall in or something? They're like, no, I can still feel the weight, they said. And so like, we'll bring him back up. Something's wrong. They reel him back up, and this is the legend. The kid came up, an old man, just like with wrinkles all over his face, white hair, and was just like babbling nonsense.
Like he had aged.
Like he was like 80, like an 80-year-old man.
Ew.
What's
I
crazy?
don't like that. Yeah.
No, what's crazy was this is real. Like he was at the Westbrook Mental Health Hospital in Westbrook, Maine.
I'm going to need to see some citations, dog.
Like, let's go visit him.
Is he still just mumbling gibberish?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? So this actually, or he claimed this actually happened?
Yeah. He's dead now, but yeah, that's what like all the nurses, everyone that's worked at the hospital, they said like this is the kid that went down the well and came up old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, we're going to need to look that up.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Like I looked him up on like the internet, like the kid that went down the well and came up as an old man. Like, yeah, he stayed at this hospital, and Google had like papers on it.
What's the name of the
hospital
or a cemetery?
Oh,
Or
the Sabattus Well.
Sabattus Well.
Yeah, Sabattus.
Sabattus Well.
And I don't know what cemetery it is, but don't go down that well.
Yeah.
That's such a
Or-
classic urban legend.
Yeah.
It's like Ichabod Crane type.
Mm.
Benjamin Button.
He came up old. How's that even happen?
Huckleberry.
Damn, it's a portal, dude. It's got to be to
course it's a
another
portal.
dimension.
Mm.
He was stuck in that dimension.
He lived a full life.
The only logical explanation is an old ass dude was down there,
Here's my way out.
pulled him off, silenced him, got on the well, or got on the bucket, and then pretended to be him.
That old man's gonna have to be spry, dude. You gotta silence him, get him off, get on, and then why go to a mental facility afterwards?
It's better than
I
living in a
would-
well. So
Well, I mean, but I would.
You cute nurses feeding
Run
you,
away.
changing your diaper,
Hey, okay, I see you. Okay.
hospital food.
Oh, okay.
damn.
Kevin's like, no.
Kevin is what we call a snob when it comes to food.
He doesn't like
He doesn't
peanut butter.
agree. Yeah.
One time I tried to make him a gourmet ass meal. And I was like, Kevin, would you like a microwaved quesadilla? And he's like, ew, no, gross. And I was like, one moment while I go cry in my room. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
You didn't eat it? No?
I got standards for him.
He's got standards.
Well, Kevin also went to culinary school and
Oh,
has a
did he?
catering business. So
He's like, voila, bon appetit.
But also doesn't
Quesadilla.
like peanut butter.
Oh, really? What about peanut butter and Reese's cups? Like
is that an East Coast thing? Everyone
Yeah.
on the East Coast say Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's.
Yeah.
Is
Because I know
Reese's?
Janelle says it.
Yeah.
Is it Reese's here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our homie from Philly says Reese's.
Reese's, yeah.
According to Kevin, it's Reese's everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's Reese's
Proving
everywhere.
the snob point.
Kevin's like, I'm not a snob.
To prove my point, there is a Reese's commercial for like the cereal, and it goes Reese's Puff, peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Only aired on the East Coast.
Yeah. It was on Nickelodeon. That's nationwide.
On Nickelodeon. No. Damn. Anyway. Gang.
So this is my last story
Ooh.
I had prepared for tonight. This one's also like an old legend. It's called the Seguin Island Lighthouse. Good coastal story for you guys. So this is the one you didn't listen to. You didn't listen to these last stories.
I've heard all the other stories.
Okay. So this last story is a lighthouse story. And I guess there was, this is in the 1800s. This is back when like people had to live at the lighthouse and like actually like, burn oil and keep all the people at sea alive. So this is like a job, like full-time job. You live there and you took care of the lighthouse. And there's like this couple, but this lighthouse is on an island. So it's just the two of them. And the wife had a piano in the house, but homegirl only knew one song.
I hate that already, dude.
Oh, gosh.
Well, if you guys had one song to listen to for the rest of your life, like your wife only played this for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Frick.
Anaconda, Nicki Minaj.
Did you choose like a song that you already hate?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, okay.
Dude, at that
first thing
point,
that came
just
to mind.
have her play the theme song from Twilight Zone because I'm going to lose my mind after the seventh time.
This bitch just hitting chopstick. Whatever that's called.
For the rest of your
I don't know how to choose like a hymn because it's like all on piano, or do like Forgot About Dre or something like that because that's on piano too. I don't know. Or I guess I didn't say it had to be on piano. Yeah, I don't know what song I'd choose.
Either way.
Either way, learn more songs.
Yeah, that's what he wishes, but I guess the wife only had like one music sheet that she brought to the island. And I think legend has like he did ask her like learn other songs. She's like, I don't have any other like music with me. And so she just plays the same song every day, and he begs her to like stop, so she stops playing piano. But then she has nothing to do because he's busy taking care of the lighthouse and everything. She's like, well, I got nothing to do, so I'm just gonna keep playing piano. And he just got sick of it one day and took a axe and chopped off her head. What else can you do?
Not chop off her head. I don't know.
I probably would have burned the piano first.
I know.
It sounds to me like he was looking for an excuse to chop some heads off.
It was because she only played one song. I
Yeah.
couldn't take it anymore.
That justifies it.
Not valid.
The scary part is, so like people that aren't from Maine come and go on like cruise ships and they hop from island to island on like our ships. And whenever they stop by that island and go to that lighthouse, people say they can hear piano being played inside.
Oh. Brum-bum-bum, brum-bum-bum. Brum-bum-bum. They're like, oh shit.
She still only knows one song.
Even in the
Please
afterlife,
learn
just
something
can't learn
else.
something else.
You don't have access to that? Like,
Like we're in the iClouds, right? You should have.
Should have everything.
Should have meant like Beethoven by this point or something.
Tell Bach to come teach your ass.
Yeah, he should be up in heaven, right?
Yeah.
Buck? Yeah.
Nah, hell.
No. Okay.
Yeah, she's going to hell for only learning one song too. So
And never mind. My aunt and my cousin, they went and did a ghost tour.
In Maine, it's aunt, but yeah, I've heard it. It's aunt. You guys have aunts here?
It's also auntie and
Auntie.
auntie
In Hawaii.
in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's aunt. Yeah.
And if it's an older female, regardless of their relation to you, you just call them auntie. Hey, auntie.
In Hawaii?
Yeah. Everyone's just family there. Like,
Word. Aloha, auntie.
yeah.
Aloha, oi.
Doesn't matter. Like, if I'm meeting like somebody's mom for the first time or dad, they're like immediately uncle or aunt. Yeah, auntie.
I call your mom's auntie.
That's what they say. Like, to all my friends to call them like
Yeah.
Auntie Don or Uncle Peely.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so.
So my auntie and my cousin, they went. They did a ghost tour in Savannah, and
The perfect place for a ghost tour.
they're talking about the heaviest of heavy. And my aunt is in the background, and she keeps going like, "Get out!" And she keeps. It's like pitch black in these basements, and she keeps whispering and like looking around, trying to see if anyone's afraid. And then she gets a stick, and so she's all like touching people, poking people on the back, and then trying to act like nothing. It was actually my aunt and two cousins, and one of them was super into it, and the other one was like, "I'm so embarrassed." Dude. Like,
That's a great idea.
dude, they were just in the corners whispering like, "Get out now." I thought that was hilarious.
that's funny.
Bunch of nerds. But anyway, bro,
Maybe they have someone in that lighthouse like playing music, like in the basement or something.
That's
I mean-
their full-time job now.
Yeah, like you have to play music.
if you want to boost tourism, it's like definitely do that.
That's so funny, dude.
Nice. Is that it for you tonight?
That's all the stories I brought.
Bro, that was a colorful array of stories.
Yeah.
Like we got
This is jam packed.
the whole gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping it was wicked good and y'all liked it.
It was cherry.
Makes you want to go to Maine
Wicked
even
cherry.
more, dude.
Yeah.
For real, yeah.
I don't know if
Gonna
I
hit
want
up
a
that-
snowmobile though.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Definitely hitting up, what is it called? Redz?
Yeah, Redz Eats.
Getting some lobster rolls.
Yeah. I had a list of like places for you guys to visit.
Yeah.
Let's
Shoot.
see. So, where to go? Old Orchard Beach in Maine. That's like the most popular beach. It's like a sandy beach, so it's not like all rocky.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like all the babes are and like the bodybuilders. There's a big pier with like restaurants on it.
Mm.
There's a little carnival with a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
That's like the most popular beach.
Like a Coney Island.
Yeah. Yep. Old Orchard Beach. I love that place. There's a lot of harbors y'all can go to. There's Portland Harbor, Booth Bay Harbor, and Bar Harbor. Super pretty. You guys can go like whale watching there. I go whale watching a lot. Yeah.
That's sick.
It's like $20 to hop on like a boat, and it'll bring you around all around the harbor to different islands and stuff.
Nice.
Islands that I like to go to. I like to go to Final Haven. I go there a lot. I think it has. Well, the guy told me that I know a guy that lives there. He said during the summertime they have 800 people living on the island, but during the winter they have 400.
Huh.
So we have like snowbirds that like go back to Arizona or Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but there's like 400 people that actually like live there. They all work in like the fisheries mostly,
Mm.
or lobstermen. Yeah, it's called Vinyl Haven. There's North Haven. I go to Islesboro a lot, another really pretty island. There's like so many like I don't know, just ships all around the island and lobstermen. I go to Agunquit, is another like town on the coast I would go to.
A gun quit?
Agunquit.
Is that Native
Hell-
American?
Yeah, it is. Ogunquit. Agunquit.
Mm.
It's like if you Google it, it's actually like a big tourist attraction. A lot of people like to go there.
Cool.
And there's like lobster houses there too.
Yeah.
So you can like buy lobster right off the coast.
Maine is just sounds like beautiful scenery, good food.
Yeah.
That's all.
Beautiful scenery and good food.
That's all you
Inevitably,
need, I feel like.
we always talk about food every episode, dog.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I went like 2 summers ago to Maine, and it was July, and it was like in the 60s on the coast, and it's like cloudy. I loved it. It was like the best weather. We were at the beach too, like swimming.
Yep.
To like a lot of people, that's cold, but I loved it. So nice.
That's your jam.
Yeah.
Nice.
60, but like humid. So like you're not like sweating. You're just like Chill.
Sick.
Okay, I'm gonna go there this year then.
Other fun facts that I forgot. Oh yeah, a lot of people's last names in Maine are French because like the French Canadian influence there. So like we're right on the border of Quebec, Montreal, and New Brunswick. So everyone's last names there like Boudreaux, Bobby Boucher. Like Boucher is really popular. Boucher, LaFrance, LaChance, Laverdier, Stephen King's books have a lot of the characters like last names are French, just because like that's the culture there.
Dude, this has been so dope.
I've loved it.
Yeah. This is like one of our goals for the podcast, just to have people from different places to share stories that only people from those places know. So this has been perfect, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So I learned no pills in my eyes and learn more than one song if you're going to live on an island with one other person.
You're gonna learn piano.
Yeah.
I learned to be one of the last snowmobilers.
I learned all the dope places to go in Maine, so that's what I'm taking away from this.
Nice.
If you're gonna be on train tracks, be fast. Faster than your friend.
Yep.
Or not. Wait, no, yeah, definitely be faster. Never mind. What am I talking about?
You're right though.
Triggering,
Even if you were
dog.
fast, what if the train was still faster than you and you were fast?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying like if one of them wasn't fast, and we might not have had.
Stephen
All of
King.
this, yep. Okay. Yeah.
But-
We needed that little boy to die.
Need tragedy for art.
Okay, I'm cutting that part. Ethan, thank you for coming through. Thank you for sharing with us and telling us stories.
For sure, bro.
That was fun.
Yeah. No, that was way fun.
Anything else?
You got anything else for the people out there?
Whoopie pies are like a big dessert in Maine. They're like cake sandwiches, and it's like cream in the middle, and that's like a big thing in Maine. Moxie and whoopie pies.
Dude,
Whoopie pies.
that will be your sign off. Moxie and whoopie pie.
Moxie and whoopie pies.
Mm.
Moxie and whoopie pies.
Awesome. Well, thanks, my guy.
Yeah.
Everyone out there, bye, love you, be safe.
Trust your gut, watch your back.
Be careful out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of 3 a.m. If you want to support us, visit our Patreon where patrons have access to exclusive content. If you're not able to support us monetarily, don't worry. This episode is on us. You can still rate and review us on whatever platform you listen to us on. It really does go a long way. You can also follow us on social media. Our handle everywhere, including Patreon, is the 3 a.m. pod. Finally, do you have any scary stories? If so, submit them to our website, the3ampodcast.com. We love any audio or visual aids that can help bring your stories to life. So file uploads are welcome with your written submissions. We're anxious and excited to hear from you.